Okay, we are
Drunk
live.
bourbon.
Hello, everyone. I'm MissCookieDoe. I'm flexible so I can lick my toe, and I'm going to be your moderator. And I hope you are excited because we all are. So I'm a queen from Portugal, and today we are taking like a travel around the world to see how drag works or how is the drag scene on the other countries because we all are super used to the US drag scene. We basically know how more and less works by just seeing RuPaul's Drag Race or by just seeing videos of the queens. So today we are going to take a peek on some countries on the Europe, and also we are going to Australia too. So we are going to start to present our lovely panelists. We all look so gorgeous. So I'm going to start with in this case with my right, which is Marge Mello. Marge, tells us a little bit more about you. Where are you from? When did you start drag? Where can I find you? What are your pronouns?
Okay, so hi everybody. I am Marge Mello. My pronouns are whatever pronouns you want to use as long as they come with respect. But usually people go with she when I'm in drag, he when I'm out of drag. But it really doesn't matter to me as long as it is respectful. I'm from Lisbon, Portugal, and I've been doing drag for 3 years and a half now. And yeah, you can find me on social media at twitch.tv/margemello and Twitter and Instagram at marge2 underscores because someone else took it, mellow. And I think that's it.
You look stunning. Thank
Thank
you.
you. You too. All
Thank
of
you.
us,
All of
actually.
us, right? So
Mm.
now, right on my right, we have on my left. This is mirrored. How dare you, Streamlabs? We have a lovely queen on our left. Can you tell us a little bit about you, Miss Sherry Hart?
Oh, I'm Miss Cherry Heart. I smell what you fart, and I'm from Melbourne, Australia. The premier drag queen from Australia on Twitch, and yeah, that's what I do. I play a lot of JRPGs and Dead by Daylight.
When did you
Mm.
start drag? What are your
Oh,
pronouns?
I started drag 3 years ago. And my pronouns are he, she, they, or your majesty.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are going to Ireland, and we have Nikki Stuns. Nikki Stuns, tell us a little bit more about you. Who is Nikki Stones?
Diva Karja is Misha Nikki Stones. Hi everyone, my name is Nikki Stones, and I'm the neon loving K-pop obsessed drag queen from Dublin, Ireland. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on twitch.tv/Nikki_Stones. My pronouns are she, her when I'm in drag, or she, her, or they, them when I'm out of drag. I've been doing drag for about 6 years now. I'm gonna say 6 years, but I actually funny story. Yesterday, was my performance debut 4th anniversary. So that was it's interesting. But yeah, that's me. I play a lot of story based games, um, anything that's kind of dystopian future, and sometimes chaotic shit like Train Simulator. So if you enjoy that, you know where to find me.
Okay, thank you so much. Last but absolutely not least, we have our amazing Fraulein from Germany. Can you speak a little bit about you, Ramona?
I can speak a little bit of myself. I'm Ramona von Rage. I'm that one only queen from Germany. You guys never understand me in my streams, right? Um, I'm doing drag for right now 2 years. Yeah, it is 2 years. Sorry, I already had 2 glasses of wine. Um, and yeah, my for pronouns in drag, she, her. Otherwise, I don't care. Just be respectful. And what I'm doing on my Twitch channel is just laying around and just chatting or playing some ego shooters.
We love shooters. Thank you,
Yes.
Ramona. Thank you. So, you all know all about ourselves, where we are from. We are completely from different parts of the world. We wanted to show that Team Stream Queens is also very, very international, and we wanted to give visibility to some queens that are out of the America. So, going now a little bit for your roots, we already know for how much time you have been doing drag, but how did you find it? Why did you want it to start? Like, we know, like in the US, we have RuPaul as the icon of drag. Like, even if you don't know drag race, or if even if you are not super into it, probably that's the first name that everyone is going to tell you about. And I want to know, like, how did you get in drag? Do you have in your country someone that can in somewhat relate to RuPaul? So who wants to go first?
I can go.
Okay, Marge, let's
I'm
go.
fine. Okay, so I started doing drag by accident. I always say it this way because it was literally that. I wanted to get a job. I was a graphic designer as a freelancer only, so I had a lot of free time, and I wanted some extra coin. And I went for the gay nightclub and asked to be part of the animation crew, which wouldn't be a first there. And at the time, they said that there were no free spots, but a few months later, they sent me a message asking if I wanted to be part of the animation crew for the next show, I would have to be on this day at this specific hour to shoot the promo video for the party. I said yes, and like 2 3 days before a little bit more, but it was like on a very short notice. They sent me another message saying, "Oh, by the way, for the video and for this party in particular, you have to be in drag." So that's how I started doing drag. It was, yeah, it was like, oh, well, okay, let's do it. Eventually, I fell in love with this art form and how much you can explore with it, not only aesthetically, but it makes you grow a lot. And about the Portuguese icons when related to drag here in Portugal, I do believe, and I think you can back me up on almost on everything, Cookie.
Yes.
Legend says that you live in the same country as I, so um,
Actually, it seems like I'm in Japan now with all of these cherry blossoms over here, but yes.
so basically, I think here at least we can separate drag in two waves almost. The old school, which is very like the feathers, the rhinestones, the big dresses,
Almost
and
like a
like
pageant, right?
yes.
Hmm.
And then you have like the new wave where I believe that mainly like all the stream queens feed, at least visually, we would feed all in within the new wave. And when it comes to the old school wave, I think we have a few names, but still working. I believe the number one name is Débora de Cristal.
Hmm.
She's known everywhere in Portugal. And tooting my own horn, I believe that for the new wave in Portugal, anyone who is interested in drag and follows the Portuguese drag culture will know a few names. And mainly it's the names of the drag queens that work at the nightclub where I work. So I honestly believe I honestly
You are one
believe
of
that,
the yes,
yeah.
totally. When
So
when I
yes.
when I first started seeing, so I'm not a club person, but once in a while I would go to Tramps, which is a gay disc club here in Lisbon, and I knew Marge before even speaking with her. So Marge is one of the names known in Lisbon by drag performances, right? It
Yeah,
is. It is. It is.
I
It is.
believe it's because of the like the the force that we are as a group, the girls that work at Trumps, and not only us but the club itself, and like because it's literally a family, and the work that we do to put the art of drag out there and show that um we are not a monster to be kept in a box. We can do so many
Totally.
things, so many different things, and we just need to be released. That's it.
Release the queens, release the
Mhm.
drag artists,
Yes.
kept them out of the closet now. Okay,
Exactly.
do you want to add anything else, Marge?
I, I don't think so.
Okay, so next to Cherry. Cherry, When did you start drag? No, I already asked you that.
Oh,
But how
yeah.
did you start in drag? What made you go into drag? And do you have like a super well known name in Australia of drag?
Yeah. So with me, I started drag when I was very, very young. I literally started it when I was like 4 years old, listening to the Spice Girls in my nappy with a t-shirt on my head, and I was basically a drag queen since then. But honestly, I really started drag like 3 years ago. My ex-partner put me into drag and actually explored that idea um, for the first time, and ever since then, I've been growing since 2017. My biggest Australian inspirations are definitely Art Simone. If you don't know who she is, you better go follow her. She's absolutely hilarious, funny, talented, amazing, and she's a non-stop working drag queen in Melbourne. Also, Karen from Finance is another great Australian drag queen. She literally lived in the same neighborhood as me. It's so crazy to see someone so huge and talented like that come from my part of the woods and be like a mega drag mogul in this country. Like in basically in Australia with drag, you got like movies like Priscilla Queen in the Desert that literally paved the way for like other drag in the country, even across the world as well. Like that movie was definitely iconic for its time. It came out when I was born, um, which is quite cute, I guess.
So
But yeah, so
in the 20th century, right, Cherry?
yeah, yeah, I'm old. Yep. Thanks for calling me out,
I'm
baby.
joking. I'm joking with you. Yes, keep
Let,
going.
let's not bring that topic in, please. Let's go.
You bitch. You bitch.
But yeah, so we've got a couple of great, amazing artists down here, and we've got a great alternative drag scene. We've got a lot of drag kings, AFAB queens, trans queens. We just got them all, and of course, Annie Crevice, my lovely sister, my
Of
lovely
course.
stream queen sister, is amazing as well. So go give her a follow if you can. Be great.
Thank you, Cherry. So now how
No
about you,
worries.
Nikki? How about you?
Um,
What made you get into drag? Is there like a huge name in Ireland? Tell me a little bit
yeah.
about baby Nikki.
Baby Nikki was an amalgamation of every single little bit of depressive energy that I've ever had, which was born out of a place of self hatred and a place of disgust and wanting to be a different person. I always say I started drag to escape reality, but now I'm here and you can't get rid of me. So it was a Halloween night, everyone was out, everyone was partying. I was like, I'm gonna be a drag queen. I was like sitting there crying. Um, Everything was just like, you know, it just spiraled out of control. But in Ireland, we kind of have a few big names. So our big names would be very much Panty Bliss would be a huge one, who is a huge activist and uh, drag performer who's traveled the world talking about her experiences with HIV. She was actually one of the first people to ever openly come out as HIV positive in Ireland. And Panty kind of paved the way for a lot of the scene. And then within the scene, we have other performers such as Veda, Shirley Temple Bar, Davina Divine, Victoria's Secret. All of these people consistently keep upping the scene standard and keep moving us forward. So that's kind of Ireland's little thing.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Ramona? How is baby Ramona? Do you have any huge icon that made you into drag? Tell me everything.
Well, when I was a young boy, it was a long time ago. Well, I visited some Christopher Street days and saw all these beautiful drag queens. And I was telling myself, I want to be that queen. But yeah, everything started here on Twitch while I was experimenting with makeup and being a rainbow warrior, and just yeah, try to experiment with makeup and try some different kind of looks. It always looks ugly, but yeah, it was a journey. Also, I took my community to this journey, and now we are here. Um, we, in Germany, we just have just one icon, I would say, one drag icon. It's Olivia Jones. She's living in Hamburg. Otherwise, the drag scene in Germany is kind of small, not that very popular. After one Instagram post, you know everyone. Well, yeah. um, but for an icon, if I have to answer this, I would say it's Alaska Thunderfuck. I saw her and I just was falling in love with her
She's
because I
amazing.
fucking love. Yeah, she's amazing, and also the way she's speaking, the dark attitude, I fucking love it. Um, yeah. Um, Also, how the family found out when I was doing drag, usually in the internet. I also go outside to conventions. It was one time already.
I know I
Then,
saw that picture on your Instagram. I remember. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
yeah, it was horrible. The look was horrible. But come back to the topic. The friends of the family. Well, my father, after they saw, well, I showed them my Instagram post. Um, my father just asked me if I selling nudes or something like that, but I didn't. Maybe I should create a OnlyFans account.
Okay, onlyfans.com slash Ramona
Yeah,
Von
but
Rage. Get your drag
coming
sexy
soon.
pics. Coming soon.
Let me
Uh,
sign up. Let me sign up. Let me sign up
okay.
now.
Stream Queen's discount.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's actually fun that you grab in that part of your family acceptance. So what you are saying is that your father asked you if you were selling nudes, but what was the overall reaction?
Oh, it was a good reaction.
It was
Also,
a
my
good.
colleagues at work and all my other friends, they were like, "Oh, holy fuck, you are doing drag? Show me some pics." And I showed them, and also what I'm doing in the internet, and they loved it. Yeah. Also, being at my company at a Christmas party in drag.
Oh my god, that's
Usually, you
amazing.
never do this here in Germany,
That's
but it was
amazing.
fun. It was fun.
It was
Everyone would
fun.
touch my boobs.
Okay,
Oh my
so now
goodness.
I'm actually this question I wanted to actually cover the aspect of, is your family supportive of your heart? Um, and I want to know the rest of you three. Is your family supportive? Does your family support you? So, Marge, um,
Uh, so
go on.
yeah, short answer, yes. And I'm very lucky. I'm used to live only with, never had a relationship with my father, and it's no
No big deal.
sad path here. Yeah, it's just didn't happen. Uh, and my mom was more than okay when I came out as gay, and when I started doing drag, she was okay with it. As in, on one hand, she was uh marveled by the art form, and she wanted to see everything, to be a part of it. But at the same time, the mother instinct spoke louder, and
One.
she would always be afraid of me going out, leave the house looking like this, because she was afraid that somebody would treat me, like
Kick you. Yeah, yeah. I know what
yeah.
you're speaking about.
Yeah, in even like me working at Trump's, she, even though we do believe, and we have the feeling that the club is extremely safe. We never had like any major problem there. It's on a part of the town that is extremely queer friendly, and but still, it's mom, so mom worries. And she's always, that's the only thing that I believe that I wish I could calm her mind when it comes to that, because other than that, my mom used to help me wash the wigs even. So do you want more support than that? I don't
Can
know,
your
I
mom
don't
wash
know.
mine?
Yeah, listen,
I don't wash mine.
there was one time where I was in a group call with several friends, and my mom took over, and she started giving tips on how to wash wigs without ruining them on the washing machine. Okay, and I was like, okay, mom, take over. Sure, you do you. But yeah, and besides my mom, every other family member is okay with it. I it's easy. You can tell that when people are more or less comfortable with it, but everyone accepts it. So I'm extremely fortunate.
Actually, it's the same with my mom. When I came out to my mom, it was like chicken mom instinct. I want my little bean on my arms, and I don't want him to be armed.
Mm-hmm.
But besides from that, when I started doing drugs, she was like, "Okay, I'm literally used to anything you do, so go for it." And like, as you might know, some of you, she made part of one of my lip sync videos. So my mom also supports me really, really well. How about you, Cherry?
My family is very, very accepting of my drag. They even came to my show, my first show that I ever did, which was last year. So both my parents came, my auntie, my cousin. They all loved it, and I literally lip synced to Tina Arena's Chains, one of their favorite songs. So I thought, might as well do something for them, and it really cemented us as a good family. But I came out 10 years ago, and I was very, very nervous about letting them know that I was gay. But I guess having the fact that I didn't realize that I had a lesbian auntie and a gay uncle kind of made it easier for me. I didn't realize. I just grew up with them thinking, oh yeah, they're friends, because I didn't think that when I was younger. But yeah, then I started to realize more and more that I probably it was okay for me to come out. And then when I did drag, everyone was all over it. They were like, "Yes, do it. You look amazing." The start was a bit of a mess, but I think I look good now, and they love it. They're more supportive than ever.
I'm so happy to
Yeah,
hear that. Seriously,
yeah,
I'm really, really happy. How about you,
yeah.
Nikki?
Oh my god. So I've got a weird situation because my while my parents are separated, they both support me and they both want to support me as much as they can. So like my dad would like bring me to and from gigs and everything, and like my mum would like help me like pick out outfits and all this kind of thing. And on my dad's side of the family, because my dad's side is all Irish, um everyone's super supportive, everyone's super chilled and super cool. But then on my mum's side, my mum's mum is like very old school French Algerian. Like she grew up like Muslim, very, very like hardcore devout Muslim. So I'm not out to like half of my mum's side of the family because of, well, if they found out I was queer, they'd like, it would be one thing, but then a drag queen on top of it, it's like just layers and layers and layers. It would be chaotic. But otherwise, like my family and everyone that I've kind of surrounded myself with, like both my real and chosen families, have both been really, really accepting. Um, and all I'm gonna say is to Papa Stones, to Mama B, if you're watching, I stan you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Nikki. So, I think we are five fortunate humans of having like family that actually really loves for who we are, and they support our life choices. And I'm really happy to hear all of that from you. Um, moving on to another topic. So, I know March performs, I know Nikki performs. I know Sherry performed, and I know that Ramona went on a gig outside to a convention. And we all know, like in the US, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, all of the what the queens get are from the tips because they get the $1 dip, the $1 bill, right? How?
Um,
Yes.
Majority of bars nowadays, I'm pretty sure there is a set booking fee, but it's just very low
Okay.
Yeah.
because the tips and everything in the US. Like this is, I'm just relaying what Nurse and Nikki have told
Of
me.
course, of course. No,
I
and I'm
don't shoot the
glad.
messenger.
No, yeah, but I do believe it's like that. You will have like a base to start with, but it's very low because you already can count with the tips.
So, my question is on all of these different countries that you are in, what do you think are the differences between getting a gig on America, getting a gig on Ireland, Portugal, Australia? What do you think by seeing and by reading? What do you think it's like the difference between them both?
I will.
Marge? Oh, Nikki. We can go
Oh,
to
Go,
Nikki.
sorry.
Nikki.
No,
Go,
No,
go.
Nikki.
Nikki.
Go, go,
Go,
go,
go,
Okay.
go,
go, go,
go, go.
Nikki.
I'll definitely come out and say like tipping is just not a thing. It's just not a thing. Like I'm lucky enough that I got to perform in Glasgow and in Scotland, but in Scotland the way that they do tipping is they have a bucket and it's like people will walk up to the bucket and put money in. There's no like handing tips out to performers. In Ireland, like there's no tipping whatsoever. And when it comes to getting a gig, it's like for your first few gigs, you literally get 2 drinks tokens and they're like, right, do your numbers, fuck off. And like we all know the situation. We spend so much money on drag and we spend so much
Yeah.
money like doing everything that if we did have that tipping, we like brand new performers would be able to fund their drag and more people would continue doing it because we spend like oof, those like coming in spending 60 quid doing like to get a taxi into a show, doing a show for 2 drinks and then getting a 60 euro taxi back out. That's
Mm-hmm.
120 euro. You're making nothing.
Can I
So
ask you?
You're
Can I
spending money.
Yeah, can I ask you all something? Because my perspective is different in a way that I started working on this club, and basically in Portugal you have three main clubs, gay clubs that have drag as part of the performance team, and but they are not. It's not like an open invitation for drags to work in. So what I'm curious to know is then how can you explain how do you feel and what do you have to do to work like to do a gig on this bar on this club, how's that situation? Sorry, cooking.
No, 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 no. It's totally fine. Feel free. Feel free. Because
So
in this moment, you, Marge, you know a lot better about
mm,
the drug scene in Portugal. So I'm really glad that you made that question.
yeah, so just to put it in perspective, basically you have these main clubs in Portugal and they look for drag queens that they will know that are good drag queens that they will deliver the job. And mind you, we don't work with numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
You have the oldest gay club, which is where Deborah de Cristal works. Um, they do numbers, but besides that, the two main clubs, Trumps and Posh, you have a certain hour that you enter, which for us it's usually 2:30 a.m., and we don't leave the stage till the club closes. We have like 4 queens, 4 to 5 queens per night, and we have to decide between us to share the stage time so we can take our breaks and stuff like that. And every now and then we make parties where we will make like an open audition for literally anyone. It doesn't matter gender, it doesn't matter anything, it doesn't matter what type of drag you do. If you consider yourself a drag artist, you are allowed to give it a go. And basically that's the type of party and process that I did to start working there, which is we record a video for the party, which is paid, and then each and every person that participated on the video will get at least one night, like as a test drive to work and see. So the responsibles, the like the manager of the club, can see how the person acts on the club during the night, and that's pretty much it. There's no like searching for a gig scenario here.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know what it is for you guys.
Um, well, for us, it's very much like while the bars do have some say in who gets booked and who doesn't, it's like the bars book like take the George for example. Wednesday will always be Veda's night, and Veda gets to choose who gets booked for that. So like Veda will be handed a set budget, and the bar will be like, right, pay yourself, pay your residents, pay your guests, and literally it's a first come first serve. You message, you're like, can I have a gig? Can I have a gig? And you kind of you get into a situation where you start almost having to beg for
Mm-hmm.
like to be noticed by these by these really, really, really large
Drag artists.
yeah, because of the well, Ireland's like heavily oversaturated with drag artists at the moment. We've got not enough places to perform and too many artists. But
Very similar to here in Melbourne. Very
yeah,
similar. Yeah.
Mm.
Literally, it's like we have a show called Baby Drag every Thursday. It's at Molly's in Smith Street. And I perform there twice. We get paid $50 for the whole night. But you have to like request a booking on Facebook, and the host oh my god, I've forgotten her name. I'm blanking. But you have to book through her. So I don't know why I'm forgetting her name. It's quite easy to remember her name. Anyway, so yeah, you have to book through her on Facebook, and usually she'll just divvy out the dates on what you would like to perform on throughout the month. So if you say I want to perform at the last end of March, whatever, she'll try and fit you in during that time. But because of coronavirus, I think she changed it slightly now. But yeah, you get paid $50 for the whole night. And it's okay, but like it's as a beginning drag queen, it's sort of like that cute little stepping stone to actually get somewhere. I've also performed at a little drag bar called Pride of Our Footscray, but I performed there for free. But I wanted to perform for free. Like I just think like performing is just first and foremost what I want to do. And like if I want to do something for free, I will do it. Like get my name out there, show people what I've got, my talents, and
Visibility.
just have that.
Totally.
And we don't tip either. If we tipped, we'd be throwing gold coins at drag queens.
It would be the
We'd
same
giving
here.
coins at queens, like going, here you go, whack. Apparently, there's a story going around that when Violet Chachki came to Melbourne, she's like, where's your tips? Literally, everyone threw gold coins at her face.
Well, at
There
least
was
she got
gold
them.
coins pelting at her. Miss Minx, that's right. Yeah. Thank you, Annie.
Yeah, and yeah, just to finish on the Portugal part. Basically, we also don't know what tipping is. The only time where we see something close to it is during summer events where we have a lot of people from other countries visiting. They will tip because they have that habit, and yeah, that's it.
I
Oh,
know a few shows here. Sorry, Cookie.
no, keep going. Keep going.
I know a few shows here that are like newer and have kind of come up, have integrated some form of a tipping culture. Like, so I set up a show called Blacklight, which was every month in one of my local bars. But we had our little tip jar, and like people would put in money and everything. And then I know some shows like they'll like they'll sell dollars. So it's like you could buy $1 for €1, and then you can tip these people with like this paper, like fake money essentially, and then at the end of the night they trade them in for real money. But that's kind of the only thing that we'd ever have, and that's only shown up in the last year or so.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki. Last but not least, Ramona. How about the drag scene over there? You already told that it's pretty small.
It is, yeah.
But how does the tipping work? Do you know anything about it that you can actually enlighten us?
Well, I would say it's somehow in like in Dublin, where you can change your money to some how to say banknotes, paper.
Paper, yeah.
To the paper. Otherwise, it's very painful with tipping. So in Germany, you will get hired somewhere, and you get a fee for the whole evening. Well, here in Hanover, where I live, is the LGBT scene, the gay scene, drag scene is kind of small. With me, we have here 4 queens. And so for a whole evening in the club, you will get €100, but you have to pay everything on your own. So it's not a good business.
Yeah.
but for networking, it's kind of good. Yeah.
Drag, you're literally just funneling money into, and you're not getting paid enough to actually have that drag career. So it's sort of like you're digging a hole into your own pocket.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like student loans. You put so much into it, and you have to pay it off for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Literally,
Exactly.
Drag is a long life investment.
Totally agree. Thank you everyone for your outputs. I guess like we could this way could really compare and show everyone how different the drag scenes are and how they work and what's their how do you say it, their locomotion. I don't know if this is even a word, but yeah, I would like now.
Locomotion.
I would
I
love
feel
now.
so gay, Jesus.
Oh, I gotta bring in Kylie somehow.
Do you know what? It's 10 to 1 in the morning. We're all losing it.
It's
I
true.
got up at 7 a.m. Look at me now.
Doing drag in the
2
morning.
o'clock
Oh
in the
my god.
morning.
Mhm.
Fuck.
I know.
God forbid me. Okay,
I-
so
I need
Oh.
coffee.
I would
Cookie,
like.
Or
have-
more wine.
I would
I have-
really like. Tell me, Nikki, what do you
I
want to
have.
say?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. We are here to
I'm like, I need
speak.
to get my point in.
Say your
No,
point.
I have a really, really funny story actually from one of my friends in Glasgow. So, one of my friends, Franz Gender, who also streams here on Twitch, Franz_Gender, give her a follow. Franz found out that like some coins are magnetic and they stick to a part of your head. So yeah, this is where things get really weird. Franz was performing one time and people just started holding out coins. So Franz would walk around, she'd like get off the stage in the bar and start sticking the coins to her head and continue walking around with all the coins on her head while she's performing. And that was how people would tip her.
Well, we can always wear a dress full with a magnet and people can just like throw it at us and we just catch all of the coins. Anyways, moving on. I'm so sorry. I would now like to actually touch a little bit, like we spoke about yourselves, we spoke about the drag scene in person, but I really want to also speak about digital drag because it's what we are doing here. Me personally, I'm only and for now I'm only a digital drag artist,
For
but
now.
for now, and I would like to know. Would like to know why did you start doing drag on Twitch? And do you think if digital drag is valid as IRL drag per se? I'm asking this because, of course, I totally agree. Drag is valid in any form they are expressed. But I don't know. I don't know if it changed, but I felt, or at least I feel that maybe some people still think that digital drag is not drag. And to be quite honest, that was one of my struggles when I started doing drag on Twitch because I was like, am I really a drag queen? I'm just like looking at a webcam and putting my makeup on. So I want to know your inputs in that. So who wants to start?
I think I might actually start though.
Okay.
When I started drag, I actually started drag on Twitch. Like literally, my boyfriend, my ex-partner, put me in drag, and then maybe 2 months later, I decided, you know what, maybe I should do drag on Twitch because I think, oh yeah, no one's ever done this before on Twitch. Maybe I could get some viewers by doing drag. No, but usually, like I just for a long, long time, I've always wanted to do drag, and I started streaming in 2017, and I thought maybe I should do the two and two together. And yeah, ever since then, I've been doing drag on Twitch. I thought it was the only one, and until unfortunately, a drag queen by the name of Deer comes into my chat going, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "Who is this?" And I look at her, and I'm like, "She is so pretty." And I thought I was the only pretty one on Twitch. I guess not. It's fine. So thanks, Deer.
Okay.
yeah.
So I decided to go for Twitch. I had this plan of putting together video games and drag. Actually, I wanted to start a channel just about video games, and once I started doing drag, I thought it would be the perfect combo. And just like Cherry at the time, I was like,
Mhm.
nobody's doing this. I'm gonna nail everybody. Like I'm gonna get rich with it. Nobody's doing this. But yeah, it was it was very short-lived, that fantasy, because I it was very quick to find out that there were a lot of people already doing it, and thank God. And I do believe obviously that it's still valid, and I do actually I want to make let's put it this way. um what is it in the mind of people that think that digital drag is not valid? What is it in drag that is not valid? Because up to my point of view, when you're in Twitch, you can be acting, you can be performing. It doesn't need to be, yeah, sure, you're not on a stage with professional lights on you and cameras around you and a crowd, like a physical crowd to cheer with you. But you can be acting. You are entertaining people. The key word here is entertaining. And I'm not shading.
Mm-hmm.
I love this queen. But if you take the whole perspective of being on a TV show, Bianca Del Rio, you never saw her actually dancing. You never saw her
True.
singing, for instance. So basically, if Bianca Del Rio would do what she did on the show in front of a camera, would she be considered not valid as a drag queen? That's my perspective.
Dare I say it? RuPaul's Drag Race is a form of digital drag.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Yep.
Hmm. So yeah,
I
and
stream it. I stream it on my internet, so it's digital.
yeah,
Exactly.
Totally
and
true.
and basically it really depends on because yes, if you look at drag as such a complex and complete art form, which it is, obviously that you can be a person that says, for me, what appeals the most to me in drag is looking at a drag queen that does kicks, sides, splits, like everything. Sure, like that can be a thing, but that is not a synonym to uh, not validate anything else. So you have a lot of factors that come into drag. You can have your preferences, but I mean, there should it shouldn't be allowed for you to just dismiss a queen just because she doesn't dance or because she has a type of makeup that you don't appreciate. Like,
Exactly.
first of all, the queen is not doing that specific makeup to please you. That's the first. And
T.
just take it in, enjoy. If you find things that you enjoy, take it in. If you don't, there's a lot of drag queens, thank God. So just find one that you like. Don't
Exactly.
go hard on people.
Exactly.
There's a lot of drag queens like Pokemon. You got to catch them all.
Exactly.
What? Not
Yeah,
that.
gotta catch 'em all.
Nikki, you wanted to say something, right?
Did I?
No? Okay, so let's go to Ramona because
Oh,
I was not being shady. I totally
Well,
thought
I mean,
I
I'll add in my experiences and all later. But Ramona, if you want to go ahead.
well, I have nothing more to say than much already said. What we are doing here is entertainment, and every one of us have his own channel, and everyone has his own show. Uh, some make amazing drag looks. Some are fucking skilled in playing Overwatch or something like that. I just sitting and just chatting and have fun with some trolls. But it's fucking entertaining, and everyone asking me, "Oh, what I can do much better for streaming," and I told everyone, just fucking entertain when you're not fucking
Mm-hmm.
skillful in esports. Well, that's
exactly.
all.
Esports.
The content is
Esports.
what the content is what you want to make. Everything can be content.
Yeah,
There is freaking sleeping streams. So
I'm very
Right.
skillful at this.
I'm perfect at that too. Actually, I saw a comment here on chat that I really want to quote in this conversation, and I'm pretty sure you are going to agree. So, Hey Shadow said on the chat, the T is most mainstream drag artists thought digital drag was just bedroom queens or just like some kind of a hobby until their gigs dried up due to COVID and they had to find a new avenue.
That part. That
Mm-hmm.
fucking part. Here's the
Yep.
tea. Here's the tea. So, oh, I can go off about
Let me
this.
just sip for a minute.
So Halloween, not just gone, but the Halloween before that, I was doing a gig with some performers in Dublin. It was a free unpaid gig. It was all of that jazz. It was a viewing party for Drag Race UK. You know, the usual. Um, and I met none other than fellow Irish drag artist, member of Rainbow Arcade, Donna Tart. At that, no one knew who Donna was, and no one counted Donna as a drag performer until, or a drag artist, until Donna had set foot on that stage. Even though Donna had been doing Twitch for 6 months prior to that, had been creating content, had been in drag, killer looks, fucking hilarious. No one counted Dona as anything, and it's kind of ironic considering now when um when drag moved online and onto digital and doing like digital drag shows, I saw it firsthand. People were then going to Dona, who had built up this big community of an online following, and being like, "Hi, do you want to promote my event that's online?" And these are the same people who did not acknowledge Dona as a content creator. And I know that that's the same situation for a lot of um, drag artists on Twitch and drag artists who are essentially seen as not real artists because they've never set foot out in public in drag. But what's the difference between me sitting here, I'm literally wearing a crop top and a pair of jeans, like what's the difference of me sitting here and wearing that and wearing a leotard where some things are pushed where things should not be in excruciating pain? This is more comfortable and I'm having more fun doing this.
Well, truth. Truth
And
being told.
so the thing to me is you can even pick up on that example, and you could wear the same leotard and you can still have some things on places that they shouldn't be, and you could be in front of your computer at your own room.
Exactly.
It's literally you still have an audience. You're
Mhm.
just not on a stage. So the question is, people, what is it with you that you do you feel like a drag queen, for her to be valid, she either needs to be on TV or on a stage? Come on, like,
We're still performing. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
we're still doing our thing every single week, nonstop.
I can
You
guarantee
know,
you the second that a drag streamer turns off that, like hits that stop streaming button, they're a completely different person. They're drained, they're
Mhm.
socialed out. I've found that Twitch is
Usually, I'm totally fucked up.
You also had a couple of wines, so you'll be fine.
But it's the whole thing of like, it's whether we're on stage, like on stage in front of people or on Twitch in front of people, we go through the same thing afterwards of being tired, being socialed out. We've spent hours talking to people, we've spent hours like interacting with people. The only difference is one of them you're sitting in front of a computer.
Yeah. And we do get paid a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Mhm.
Just a little bit.
We get paid every month and a half, so it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, when
Mhm.
you're everyone is here on Twitch doing some drag shows. It's a first step for me. It was a first step to do some drag, and after a while, after 1 year, I made a decision to go on a convention. So I don't want to sit just here doing drag. I also want to go out, meet my viewers, my community, meet them on a convention or somewhere else in drag. So it's just one step.
And just a final, sorry, Cookie.
No, it's fine.
Basically, when it comes to this, it's not only addressing this to let's call it viewers. It's literally other drag queens. Me, being I was born as a drag persona directly on stage or for the stage, and I started Twitch. It was overwhelming, it was scary being in front of the webcam on the computer. And the first digital show that I was a part of, I was scared. Listen, it was
It was scary.
because I thought, oh, it's gonna be fine. Like, if I do this on stage and the people are literally there, it's just a camera in front of me. It's different, and
It's different.
people do need to realize this. Even if you're filming everything on your own, or you have just your best friend with you holding the camera,
It's
it's
different.
still it's still
Yeah.
scary, because yeah, you have to be even more precise, because live shows, even though you have the audience looking straight at you, right in front of you, mistakes can be like overlooked. On a video, it's there,
It's
there.
that's true. And the more the
Mine were
people
videotaped, so I almost
watch,
Yeah.
died.
and more the people
Mine were
watch,
videotaped when I performed on stage. I almost slipped off the stage and almost broke my ankle.
I used to be called the Wibbly Wobbly Wonder because I would consistently fall
Oh
over.
no.
But actually, can I just add something very
Of
quickly? I'm just
course,
looking at
Nikki.
chat right now, and Jenny Raider said also performers don't really have to speak with people if they don't want to. Twitch is very interactive when you're
Mm-hmm.
speaking constantly. And I can 100% attest to that because there have been days when I've done a gig in the George and I've literally gotten off that stage, went up to the dressing room, de-dragged, and went straight home without talking to anyone. Like,
I've done that. So good.
sometimes
It's a
you're
good
just like,
feeling.
fuck it, I'm not talking to people. Whereas with Twitch, it's like, no, you do talk to people. It's more of a social thing. So instead of being able to turn off like temporarily when you're off stage, like you do when you're at a show, you're consistently on.
That that's totally true. And like live, when you see a drag queen performing live, it's different. Like you see it, but you have like the barrier of the stage is like you cannot communicate with them. Like um imagine
Yeah,
that I
well,
would
that's how it should work, right?
right. Of course, of course. Did you ever had any issues during your performances, Marge?
Yeah, yeah, a few.
A
Not
few.
not not a, like I've had a few. I've had a it was actually the only other time the only other time that I actually went into a fight with someone. But it ended quickly because I was the drag queen, I was on the stage, and as I said, the club that I work in, it's that I work at, it's very safe. And yeah, basically it was because we are you. So at the club that I work on, the stage has about this height.
Mm-hmm.
So our most precious areas will be pretty much at the eye level of the people, and it's very easy for them to touch whatever they want to, right? And there was and we are fine, well, I speak for myself, I'm fine with people just touching you because they are so excited that they won't, like they're vibing, and like a touch like just on the leg, or they are trying to get your attention, that is fine. When the touches become like literal grabbing and trying to pull you, that's not okay. And there was
Don't.
one time, and there was one time where there was this person trying to, grab my legs, and he was putting his hand between my legs and trying to grab me, and I asked him politely in the middle of like performing on the stage. I would like go to him and say, be like, stop it, don't do it, don't touch me like that. One time, two, three. On the fourth, he not only grabbed me again, he like reached his hand like real high. I was with a mini skirt. Of course, like I was tucked, I was everything, but like he really went there, and I was like, bitch, no. And like I was about to do a spin. I didn't do the spin, and I just reached my hand, my leg as like back as I could, and then just kicked him in the chest, and I just saw him flew to the middle of the crowd. He was on the floor, like immediately the crowd went like it was there on the floor. He started like he stand up. He started running to the stage again to get me, and then I just it was like Moses with the river. Like the river closed again because everyone from the club went like, no, you're not touching this queen. We all saw what he did, so be careful. And
Honest.
Oh my god, that was amazing. By the rest of the crowd, the rest of the guests doing that. That
yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing.
And that episode was the scariest because of like how aggressive it was, how intrusive he was.
It was
But
sex
not only
assault.
that, in the end, he was kicked out of the club immediately, obviously. But in the end, not me reaching the end of the night, like I don't even remember that anymore. And I leave the club. It's morning already, and there he is waiting for me to have a fight with me. I'm like,
Oh my
Nasty.
not
god.
this, not this.
Nasty.
Really?
No, like
Yeah.
Rouncer?
Hmm.
the thing a lot of people don't understand is that drag does not equal consent. Like,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
and I can only speak from my experience. I talked about it on the disability panel earlier in the day, but I like being autistic, I get overstimulated so easily. So that one person touching me can send me into a total spiral.
Yeah.
And I've had a similar experience actually where I was tucked and I was wearing a two piece, so I was wearing leggings, and I had someone reach down the front and grab. like fully reach down the front and grab like in my thing. I was like, no,
No, no.
I had another
Punched
time
him.
where a guy tried to make out with me and I like pushed him and he like collided into one of the guards, or not the guards, one of the security people, and like was thrown out of the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
The stuff like I feel like the stuff that we experience as drag performers, like it's completely ignored.
Yeah.
But
I'm very thankful that I've never had that happen. I usually, whenever someone comes up to me, they usually just like, "Can I take a photo?" They always, you have to ask first before you take a photo if you want to hug me or anything like that, because consent is everything. You have to ask a question first before I even go for it. If you're going to come into my space without me knowing, I will shove you so hard that you won't even come back up. Won't come back up. I may be a small 5'7", queen, and maybe skinny, but I will push like a brick house.
we, we we did say in the beginning of this panel, we are monsters, so just
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
misjudge us. Yes, it's not.
we're stronger than we look.
True.
If we can put balls where they shouldn't be, if we can wear heels that are scary just to look at,
Mhm.
imagine what it can do
We're
to
in
you
pain.
if you touch us on the wrong places. Yeah.
Exactly.
Honest,
Mhm.
Imagine
We're in
us
honestly,
getting
pain. We're feeling
mad.
it. We don't want it. We want
if
you to
we're
go
already
away.
if we're already pissed off enough at the fact that we're putting ourselves through this
Yeah.
torture that is drag, don't get us on the wrong side because we will kill someone.
Mhm.
So true.
But sorry, Mr. Twitch, we're not
Oh,
actual kill, not actual
we're not
kill.
actually gonna
No,
murder
no.
people.
No murders here.
No
Just we're
murders.
gonna
Yeah,
lightly
all
choke
kind.
them. I mean,
Kindly doing pain on them. Ramona, do you have any stories of these kind that you want to share? We are almost
No, I
ending
don't have any
the
weird
panel.
stories like that.
Okay. So last question, and before you do your outro,
mhm.
give 5 tips, maybe three tips to a baby drag queen that actually wants to do drag on Twitch.
Hmm.
Who wants to begin?
Oh, I could begin.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
Ramona, you can go
Oh,
first. You can go
okay,
first. No,
okay.
no, you can
Well,
go first.
a lot of people came to me and just asking how to start drag, and everything. What I said was just start, buy cheap makeup, not too much, and just experimenting like me, with makeup and yeah, learn your face, touch your face, and know your bones and all that stuff, and
Literally,
you know what
touch
I
your
mean.
face. I totally agree.
And otherwise, yeah, um, just start and try everything you want to like to try out. That
Okay.
Yeah,
was just one tip, right?
I
No,
would
I mean,
agree.
if you don't have
Mhm.
any others,
Yeah.
I said 3 because like if you add more than one to not extend this topic too much because the panel is almost ending. But if it is that
Okay.
your only tip, that's totally fine.
But I would
Yes.
I would,
definitely agree. Oh,
yeah, I
sorry,
would
go
also
ahead, Shay.
say, yeah, I would definitely say have fun with it. Don't take drag too seriously, because at the end of the day, drag is not that serious. We
Mm-hmm.
put on wigs, we put on makeup, we're meant to have fun. Enjoy yourself. Like, at the end of the day, it's drag. Drag is for everybody. Drag is fun. Enjoy
Exactly.
it. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Unless you
I
get paid, then take it serious.
yeah,
True.
like
Sure, sure.
that was definitely my
Get
thing. I'd say
paid.
like
Get paid.
don't take drag seriously unless you're like 100% pursuing it as a career.
That too.
And if if you are going to do that, you're obviously going to be doing a lot of the things that we're going to be suggesting you do. Like my big thing that I will always say is find what you like about your drag and continue doing that. Don't change your persona to fit what another person thinks your drag should be. Always stick to what you want, what you like. And it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done. But if you can find that little niche of what you enjoy doing and something that makes you stand out because you enjoy it, then you're going to go further than someone who is changing themselves because they try to fit in to become a RuPaul's Drag Race queen. At
Yeah.
the end of the day,
Preach.
if you're doing what you love, you're going to be doing it a lot longer because you're not going to get tired of it.
You're not going to
Mhm.
get burnout.
Exactly.
Yeah, even if you don't look at it as a career, there's a thing that we obviously here we all acknowledge that already. But drag being a drag artist is just as a valid profession as any other. And just like Nikki just told, if you enjoy what you're doing, you won't get the feeling that you are actually working, and that's mainly it. And when it comes to knowing your face, which is one of the crucial points of drag, Ramona already spilled the tea, which is just go ham on your face, try new things, don't be afraid of looking ugly, because newsflash, probably the first 2-3 times that you do your face, you will look in the mirror, you will feel the fantasy, but then you will look at it later and you're like, "Ugh, what is this?"
I
We
mean, look
all
at
Check
been
that.
there.
Check
Rose.
my
Yes.
check
We
my early Instagram. Check my early Instagram.
Oh,
I look like a hot mess with peanut butter brows. They were the worst thing ever.
we've
Oh,
archived
we all
all of
started
yeah,
those.
bad.
because
But
basically we've all been there, and I usually do say when it comes about makeup is that it literally is a journey. You have to it's literally a trial error, and then eventually you find a specific way of doing a certain part of your makeup. And I just do want to address when Ramona says buy cheap makeup, 100% I will follow that, but smart cheap makeup, okay? Because
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
listen, it is a myth
Shop smart.
that all the good makeup is expensive. That's a myth, okay?
That's a
you
myth.
have you have a lot of options that are amazing, in my opinion, even better there than like the most known brands, and they are cheap. So be
Exactly.
smart. Ask queens on Twitch what which makeup palette they are using. Ask stuff like that, because when it comes to makeup, you don't have to spend a lot of money to have really good products.
That's so
makeup,
true.
So
It's
true. Yeah.
makeup.
like with makeup
So
practice, practice is what is going to get you to where you
it's
are.
the
Like
key.
if you look at there's a streamer who's just started doing drag on Twitch, and in the very very short amount of time that they've been doing it, it's TLXO, a fabulous member of the Australian community.
Yeah.
um Teely has grown so much in their drag makeup because they've been practicing and because they've been like working on it. And it's that whole situation. Every time you do your makeup, something's going to be that little bit different until you
Totally.
100% find that exact face that you love on
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and you're going to keep it that way.
Even though maybe in the future you will change it. I mean, look at Trixie Mattel. That's the first example that comes to my mind. She changed
Hers
their
has
makeup million
evolved.
of times. Anyways, guys, this was the panel. We are going to say goodbye. Marge, where people can find you?
Well, you can find me at twitch.tv/margemello, and Instagram and Twitter is marge__mellow, and that's it.
How about you, Cherry?
You can find me on all platforms at Miss Cherry Heart, or on my Instagram and Twitter, which is Ms. Cherry Heart, MS Cherry Heart, or my YouTube, which is Cherry Heart YT.
Nikki?
You can find me on all social medias, which is at Nikki_Stones, but that's NIKKIE_Stones. Like Nikki tutorials. And then, or just do you know what? Do you know what? Come to Dublin. Come to fucking Dublin.
You gotta
Oh
pay
no,
for
yeah,
my
no,
flight.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
coming.
Come to
That's
Dublin.
another one. We need
But
to
can I
make
get a
it.
first class ticket?
Yeah,
Sure.
we need to make a tour.
We
Once
do.
Miss Ronda leaves, we need to make a tour, and we visit each and every single country where we
Stream
are.
Queens tour.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would
you
be
listening?
amazing.
Mods, you listening? Stream Queens tour around the world, please.
Momagers,
Thanks.
Momagers, make it
Mr.
happen.
Twitch?
Make a book. Bookers, please.
Ramona? Ramona, it's your
Oh.
time.
Oh, you can find me everywhere with Ramona von Rage on Twitter, Instagram, on Twitch.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for watching this panel with these amazing drag artists here with us. My name is MissCookieDoe. I'm flexible and I can lick my toe, and I was your moderator. Next up, we are going to have the Sabor panel, and I hope you are going to have amazing, super fun. Also, stay until the end of the convention. Today is the last day, and it will end with a drag show and a DJ set by the wonderful Larson Nikki. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the moderators that keep this thing going on. You are all amazing. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.